Hi student, this is SP Rawat, Department of Information Technology, Jalen College, Chakradarpur. Student, in our previous video, we have started different CPU seedling algorithm. We already completed FCFS seedling algorithm and SGF seedling algorithm. So today we are going to study about SRTF seedling algorithm. So let's start SRTF seedling algorithm. So student, SRTF stands for shortest remaining time first. This algorithm is also called the primitive version of SJF, that is shortest job first. So SRTF is a primitive version of SJF. In these algorithms, actually when we put job in the ready queue, if some process having shortest burst time arrive, then the existing process is primitive or removed from executions, and that shorter job is executed first. So this algorithm is one of the best algorithm among all the algorithm because it provides low uh, waiting time. It's provide low turnaround time. That's why this algorithm is considered the best among all the seedling algorithm. Let us understand by an example. So considered a process P1, P2, P3, P4 and P5 having their burst times 8, 4, 4, 1 respectively. Uh, all the process are arrive in the different arrival time. See, in example, P1 arrives at 0, P2 arrives at 2 unit, P3 arrives at 3 unit, and finally P4 arrives at 4 units. Okay. When we go through the Gantt chart, so the Gantt chart is prepared according to the arrival and burst time given. See, since at time 0, the only available process is P1 with CPU burst time 8. So, this is the only available process in the list. Therefore, it is scheduled. Okay. The next process arrived at unit 2. Since the algorithm we are using is SRTF, which is the primitive one, the current execution is stopped and the scheduler check for the process with the least burst time. So because at that moment, at that time, there are two jobs P1 and P2, and now scheduler check which job is shorter, and it finds that P2 is shorter. So the operating system has executed for 2 units of time till now. The remaining burst time of P1 is 6 units. So P1 execute for 2 units because no other job is present at that time. So this is the single job. So at unit 2 we have two process P1 and P2. So so which one is shorter? P2. So now CPU take P2 for executions. Now the next process P3 arrives at time 3. At this time the execution of process P2 is stopped and the process with the least remaining burst time is searched. So since the process P2 has 3 unit of burst time, hence it will be given priority over other. Okay. When this is 2 unit, at that moment it has burst time 4. When again P2 take 1 unit, then again a job come, P3 job is come, again is search, so it's completed, already completed 1 unit, so remaining remaining burst time of P2 is 3. So again it again P2 will be executed. The next process P4 arrives at time unit 4. At this arrival, the scheduler will stop the executions of P3 and check which process is having least burst time among available process P1, P2, P3 and P4. P1, P2 and P3 are having the remaining burst time 6, uh, it's 2, it's P3 4, and now P4 has 1 unit. So the least one is P4. So this will be scheduled. Next, till the time the processor P4 has completed its executions, we have three available process: P1 6, P2 2 and P3 4. So among three, the burst time of P2 is less among all of is least among all of them. Hence, hence job P2 will be scheduled. Then P3 and then P1. Okay. Now waiting time, just calculate the average waiting time. Waiting time of P1. So first it has no waiting times. As soon as it arrives, it will execute it. But from from this to this, it waits. Okay, from this from to this, the chance of P1 is at 11. So the waiting time is 11 minus 2, that is 9. Next waiting time of P2, next time waiting time it's arrives at 2, 2, then it's continue at 4 up to 4, then it's waiting time, then in wait for this. Okay, so 5 minus 4, that is 1. Next waiting time of P3, P3 is arrive at 3, but it get the chance at 7, so 7 minus 3 equal to 4. Waiting time of P4, P4 arrive at 4 unit and it get the chance at 4 only, so no waiting time 0. So total waiting time equal to 14, average waiting time is equal to 14 by 4, that is 3.5 ms. Now turnaround time. Turnaround time is the addition of waiting time plus execution time. So this 9 plus 8 17 of P1, P2 is 1 plus 4, P3 is 4 plus 4 and P4 is 0 plus 1. So total turnaround time equal to 31, average turnaround time equal to 31 by 4, that is 7.75. So students, if you face any problem, if you feel any problem to understand, then you just comment me in the comment section, or you can mail me, or you can WhatsApp me, or you can call me in my contact number. Thank you.